turkey burger first. Okay? How many people like turkey? Okay, burgers. Good stuff, good stuff. Let me show you. We got ground turkey. You can get any style you like. You know, some people say the leaner the better and all those kind of fun things. For me, just making a change works. I don't care how fatty it is, whatever. Just the change itself is going to be a big difference. And as you get used to eating your turkeys and stuff like that, you can make it leaner and leaner as you go. All right? That's the problem with diets. The change is so quick. It don't last forever. You know what I mean? Because you're not used to that foreign stuff. Okay? So, who all makes their own burgers sometimes? Do we put egg in it sometimes to kind of hold it together? Yeah. Breadcrumbs hold it together. You need all that stuff to hold it together. It's a myth. Okay? Okay, all those are fillers. Fillers is not so good for us. Let's make this turkey burger without an egg and without breadcrumbs. Zucchini is going to be my filler. Zucchini replaces eggs and breadcrumbs. And we know zucchini is better, right? All right? So we're going to go ahead and add those zucchini. We like onions, right? Put some onions in there. Then we have peppers, red and green peppers. So I'm going to show you guys a fun way of cutting these peppers here. Okay, you want to take the bottom end off. You want to take the top end off. I'm sure everyone could do it this way already. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and split this around the inside. Pull that center piece out. Slice this down here. And then what you have left is a roll. Okay? I'm going to get ready to get rid of all this stuff on the inside that we don't want. Okay? So once you get your pepper to this stage, what you can do now, you can make sticks for dipping. Those kind of fun things like that if you like. Make those kind of fun things. If you're making a salad platter or a tray like that, instead of all these weird looking peppers on your tray, you can also do that as well to make yourself some sticks for a veggie tray or a veggie platter. Right? That's a fun way of doing it here. But I'm going to make these into little slivers, julienne style, as a chef would call it. Just a little smaller. Then when I do that, I'm going to take these sticks here. I'm just going to go ahead and just dice them up real quick. Kind of make them all even, the same size for you, and throw those right into my turkey. I'll do the same thing with my green onion. Okay? Same style. Head, tails, cut out the center. Kind of get rid of it. Do the same thing you want if you make yourselves a veggie tray or veggie platter. Okay? I just want to dice them real quick. Small little tiny pieces. Throw inside my burger. Now, if you like peppers, please add a whole lot. If you don't add any. It's only a guide, right? So, how many people like onions? Red, green, dahlia, sweet, all those kind of fun things. You all realize when you cook an onion, right, the longer you cook it, the sweeter it gets, right? How many people love to cry when they cut an onion?
Instantly. Instantly.
You love crying?
I don't love it, but
okay. Let me tell you a secret real quick. See this root? This is the part that grows in the ground, right? That's your tear jerker. Okay? So if you can avoid cutting the tail to the end, you can avoid some tears too along the way. Okay, that makes sense? Okay, I'll show you real quick how you can avoid some tears. So I cut off my head. I want to kind of get some skin off of here real quick. Peel that skin away. We have to get that skin off of there real quick. So what I'm going to do now, instead of cutting my tail off, because I don't want to dice it, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make some slivers in it without tearing my bottom part off. Kind of cut it through, because I'm just going to dice this up, right? Once I get that in, I'm going to just go the opposite way of that. You see how that's working already? How that's making sense already? And I'm not even crying about it. All right? Once you get it all in there, you just take that and you just kind of just dice it up. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? And I'm not even crying. And I can just cut all the way down to get the tail, and you can save yourself some tears. All right? Make sense? Now I got all this in, and I need some rosemary. Am I right, Joel?
Yes.
Rosemary. You can use fresh rosemary. Please. And also, what I need here, I need oregano, right? And oregano. really like a lot of garlic flavor to it, I just use the juice from the garlic. I just use garlic juice. Just enough to flavor, because the juice is more powerful than the garlic itself, because it's already infused. So I just use a little garlic juice, some rosemary. All right, and I just kind of mix it in. And we know what we do when we mix it in burgers, right? And black pepper if you like, salt if you like. Now, what kind of salt we use at home?
Sea salt.
Sea salt. That's it?
Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt, kosher salts. No, we use table salt still. You still use table salts?
Guilty.
Guilty? Okay. Remember I introduced it and said we talk about childhood obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and all those kind of things. Table salt, when they first invented table salt, they added the iodine to it. Scientists thought that our body didn't produce enough iron. So we had the iodine in it. As scientists always go wrong along the way, they found our bodies do make enough iron. So a lot of folks in our health industry tell us to change our salt habits to sea salt, which is the most natural salt in kosher salts. It doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients put into it. The more natural stuff in our bodies, the better for our bodies. I know we use a lot of Lowry seasoned salt at home, right? No one uses that? Okay. Lowry seasoned salt is probably really bad for you, but that is also your option to use. That's a whole other class. We can talk about that. So the sea salt and the kosher salt is what we use in our school here. No table salt. I don't allow Joel to bring that into the school. And the reason why we use these, the crystals are a lot larger, and so you don't ever have the oops, too salty. If you pour a little bit, this large crystals in your hand, you're not going to pour a whole lot in there and kind of dice it out. But the table salt, you may lose a little control of the table salt, right? And you be, uh-oh, too late. So we go to a larger crystal. How many of us know that leftovers are always better?
The what?
Leftovers are always better. We all know why, right? You said it just right, nailed it. Because all the herbs and spices and salts and seasoning we put in our food, it's releasing flavors overnight. It's doing exactly what we meant it to do. So the next day, it's done everything it needs to do. So the next day, voila. Now that's what you call delicious. Okay? And that's what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these burgers up, and Joel's going to show us how to make
tortellini with spinach pesto. So we have here I want to talk about a little bit of pesto. I mean, everybody wants to have pesto, but somebody says, well, we don't have. I am allergic to the nuts, so I cannot eat pesto. Well, guess what? You can eat pesto without nuts. It is no big deal. It is not a science. You just need to do it. So I'm gonna just have here my spinach right here. I already cooked it and chopped it, so you have the spinach ready. So, and I have right here a beautiful plant that Mr. Chef brought it to me this afternoon. I have basil, fresh basil. The secret with the pesto is a lot of basil. Don't feel scared. I mean, if the recipe calls for 1 cup, put 1 cup and a half. Don't worry. I know sometimes the basil is expensive.
So fresh basil is also outside the garden. So we have fresh basil growing outside in the garden. So Joel will go outside and pick basil right from the garden outside. And I believe the kids are helping with that project. So we have tomatoes. I was going through the garden today. There's eggplants on the garden bush. There's tomatoes. Acorn squash is out there. Collard greens, I think, is out there. Or what is that, kale?
It's collard greens. Collard greens.
Collard greens. So collard greens are out there. Okay.
So I have right here dried parsley, but you have fresh parsley. I mean, the only difference is you have to put a little bit more when it is dry than it is fresh. Okay? And just I'm gonna plug in my blender. You know, you can use a blender. You can use like this kind of like multi a mixer or whatever.
While he's getting his thing plugged in, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking this turkey burger in this pan right here. Be careful, folks. This room's gonna smell delicious once I start putting this, get this flame on here. Okay. I'm gonna start it with olive oil. This is super lean turkey here. Olive oil is always better, right? Okay. Do we all like garlic? Olive oil? You guys ever buy the garlic in the jar? That's our go-to, right? Fresh garlic is better, right? Okay. You guys ever heard of infused oils and stuff like that? You guys ever see the price on that? It's a little expensive for that, right? So let me tell you while Joel is blending this, he's blending his basil. What are you blending? Your basil?
My basil and my parsley.
Basil and parsley, he's kind of emulsifying that right now. So the best way to do it, if you want to save yourself a little change, instead of sending somebody else's, sending your money on someone else's project, let's make our own. The best way to do your garlic yourself, because I'm not a big fan of the one in the jar. Because one thing I'm not a big fan of, and especially when I'm working with the kids, and Colleen said it, that's what he said, we don't have canned goods in the school. Once you're reading something on an ingredient and you get to the point you can't even speak the language, and that's inside your body, you have no idea what that is. So I'm not a big fan of anything that's processed or any of those kind of things. So you don't know what goes in. You don't know they still don't know what causes cancer and all those other things. We don't know what it is. So I say do it all yourself as fresh as you can go. So you take real garlic cloves, they clean it for you now, yay. You know how to dice and mince it, right? Dice and mince it, right? So dice and mince some of the cloves you buy, set it aside. Take the rest of the cloves, which are olive oil that you already have in your house, right? Take the rest of your garlic cloves, put it in some oil, and heat it up in a pan until that garlic turns a dark color. When you're done, let it cool. Drain that oil off your garlic. You've just made infused garlic oil. Take that soft garlic that you cooked inside of oil, and you mushed it up and squished it up. Now you have garlic paste, right? Now that minced garlic you have, take a little bit of that oil you just made, pour a little bit on top of that garlic that you already minced. Now you have what's in the jar. Got what I'm saying? So now you got your minced garlic, you have your garlic paste, you have your infused oil. 3 things you only bought 2 things for. You know what I mean? So you can save yourself a lot of money there. Then you'll learn that the garlic oil seasons food as you're cooking it, so you don't need as much salt. You know what I mean? And I am a healthy cook, someone to teach healthy stuff, so I'm gonna always reference those kind of things. That makes sense? You can do it yourself. Why spend money on someone else's stuff? Right? Save yourself a dime. Okay? How are you doing over there, Joel?
I'm doing fine. I'm just out here my spinach, my basil, my parsley. I'm gonna add that cheese. The Parmesan cheese. I mean, you can buy a grinder or a whole piece, and you can grind it, whatever.
Now, when we're talking about Parmesan cheese, we don't have to go all out and buy the most expensive cheese in the store. I still buy the one little green jar with the shaker. I'm just looking for the flavor and the taste. Am I right? So Parmesan cheese doesn't have to be expensive to buy. Unless you're just a cheese guru, you want to go out and buy the big fancy stuff. But the green stuff is just as good in this dish.
Some of that shaken salt has wood chip pebbles.
Which ones?
There's a company that is a large manufacturer of that, which was found to be putting wood.
Inside those, on the Parmesan cheese?
As a filler, yes.
Whoa.
So it's safer to pay a little bit more and get the real thing.
Okay. So I want to caution you on that too. Olive oils. It's the same thing when we buy foreign olive oils right now. They're discovering that when we're paying our extra dollars for pure olive oil, we're not getting it either. So spending a little bit more money for olive oil made in America, you're getting the pure stuff. Believe it or not.
And you can also, what I've been doing is looking at the PBS, what the kitchen shows that they do, the what work best kitchen shows, where they do the ratings. I go back on and watch how they rate different products when they test them. And that's what and then I go back out and get what they tested and what rated best.
What rated best?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my Parmesan cheese here, my spinach, my basil, and my parsley. Okay, it's just a little bit dry right now. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of my olive oil.
Okay, Joel, one more time. Start from the beginning. What do you have in there first? Basil?
Basil, parsley, and Parmesan cheese.
And that's the only ingredient so far. We're making homemade pesto. Okay, that sounds very hard to make, pesto. And he's making it very easy and simple right now.
Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't be scared because this product is, if you put more flour in it, it's gonna be tasty. And remember, we don't have any nuts or I don't want here. So we have to let it go a little bit more to make a little nice paste for our pasta. And here I have my pasta already cooked. You know, everybody knows how to cook pasta. My recommendation with the pasta is another big deal. Right now in the market there are like a bunch of things in the market like pasta for lentils, pasta with grains and so on. My recommendation is go with the basics. Whole wheat pasta is gonna be the best.
Whole wheat?
Yes, it's not expensive, it's not inexpensive, it's got the same price with the regular spaghetti or you're looking for anything, go with that. Or even though you can go and start working with your rice noodles. You can do the same thing with your rice noodles. The difference is the way you cook it, the time you are gonna cook. But I prefer to do whole wheat pasta. Here in the school, we just give whole wheat pasta to the kids. Okay, I have my pesto ready.
That's it? Pesto's done?
Yeah, pesto's done.
Pesto's done. You guys smell the turkey burger yet? Can you guys smell it?
Can I turn on the...
That's all set. Hmm? You can't smell it? You will in just 1 minute.